So for years, there's a big topic on food security. Yeah. All right, so food security is when you have daily access to nutritious food. Nutrients is the key here, okay? Not how much food there is, it's foods with the specific nutrients you need. Insecurity, you're gonna be hungry and malnourished, okay? So you might get food, so you're not hungry, but you're still not getting the correct type of food. Root causes, sorry, I jumped. Poverty is definitely linked to food insecurity. Agriculture or land in general available for growing specific types of food. Not just croplands, but you're going to see in the land video, you also have rangelands, okay? Even the ocean and marine and the ability to obtain fish. Distribution, big problem, obviously, and that's linked to economy or money or income. And politics is a factor. Approach world food production problems or world food problems. In the past, there wasn't enough food to feed the world, but it was, I'm not recording? Yeah, I am. But it was not what? Nutritious. No, in the past there was enough food to feed the world. I'm sorry, but it wasn't what? Distributed evenly. Okay? In the past, there was enough food to feed the world. It wasn't distributed evenly. We didn't really have such a severe problem with overpopulation. And overpopulation, think about it, leads to less farmland, more, so you go from rural to urban. You're losing the ability to grow crops or raise cattle to accommodate homes or offices or buildings, okay? Now, if we evenly distributed food, what would happen? What would happen to people? Look at the picture. Malnourished. If we do distribute food evenly, the world would be malnourished. Because if I'm going to take my piece of steak and I'm going to try to evenly distribute it to the world, I'm not going to have enough of it, okay? So now you have to keep that in mind. This is a severe problem, obviously. We've always been dealing with people in other parts of the world being hungry or malnourished to the point where we used to send truckloads of food, yes? Now that those truckloads are slowing down. We still have food drives, but what do we send them? Corn, we send them ramen noodles. Think about this, okay? So we have to really consider what are we going to do to meet this problem. And this in the past and today, I taught that in the past. When I started teaching this class, that's what I talked about not evenly distributed food. I added that next one as the class progressed. Again, look at more developed countries and compare them to less developed countries. More developed countries, half of our calorie intake comes from protein. So we kind of consider ourselves overnourished. We have a high intake of food and low activity, which is not good. Yeah, that's why we have obesity, or it's a big problem. There's actually more reasons for obesity, and it's the way foods were made. Because this whole fat-free ended up being bombarded with sugar, and people didn't realize, and that's when the fattest generation came to be, when the fat-free products came out. People ate abundance of sugar, and nobody knew that sugar turned into fat, because your body couldn't process it, so it stored it. Less developed countries are undernourished, they're hungry, because they have a deficiency in protein. Their diet consists mainly of carbs, as you see in the picture.
Have you been to cheese boards?
One more slide. So, read that definition and tell me what the word is that I'm looking for.
Severe shortage.
Good. What about the next picture? Let's go over the pictures and then I'll give you time to write them. Droughts. What else?
Freeze.
Freeze, good. Crop failure from freezing.
Flood and war.
Flooding. And war. All of these are what? Causes of famine or food shortage. I know, I'm sorry.